There's a lot for the Packers to take away in this 13-10 loss to the Browns, including that no lead is ever safe in the NFL.
Well, you'd think it would take some time for rookie Jacob Misiorowski to settle into pitching in the big leagues, but that has not been the case. With just 2 MLB starts under his belt, Misiorowski is already causing misery for his opposing batters.
It has been a whirlwind 2 days in Green Bay since news broke that the Packers had traded with the Cowboys for all-pro defensive lineman Micah Parsons.
Jordan Love wanting Micah Parsons to team up with him here in Green Bay and speaking it into existence, because it really is that easy, right?
As for what Bo and Max's mom Vicky and dad Gary Sr. will be wearing for the game, they'll be showing love to both their middle and youngest sons by wearing specially designed dual Packers and Cardinals jerseys. He ended up playing 29 total snaps on defense, which was 45% of the total snaps. He had 3 quarterback pressures, and of course we all saw that massive sack that he had on Jared Goff. I have to ask you about a current Packer and another former Alabama running back, Josh Jacobs. What did you think about the 2024 season he had as first in Green Bay? So if there were to be a pickup basketball game with guys here in the locker room, do you think you would be the best?
I told them already. They know I'm the best.
I think everyone has seen that viral clip from the offseason of Hard Knocks with Giants owner John Mara saying that if Saquon were to become an Eagle, well, he'd have a hard time sleeping. Johnny, do you like Nutter Butters?
I do.
You like?
And they're delicious.
What? Well, look at this.
Oh,
look what we got right here. We got some Nutter Butters right here. Cancun can wait. In Game 5 against the Pacers, the Bucks did more than just win to keep their season alive. They beat the Pacers in just about every category. Rebounds, points in the paint, fast break points. It's a matchup Packers and Cowboys fans had marked on their calendars since last month. Micah Parsons making his return to Dallas for the first time since being traded to the Packers back on August 28th. A highly anticipated showdown coming a month to the day that the trade occurred. Parsons doing a pregame walk he's done hundreds of times, but this time doing it for the opposing team. Jordan Love, though, going to cap off an 8-play, 69-yard drive with a goal line fade to Romeo Doubs. Packers dancing their way to a 7-0 early lead. Cowboys, though, pull within 4 after a Dak Prescott TD. Love in trouble. James Houston strip sacking QB1. Coming up with the recovery. First play after the recovery, Prescott to George Pickens in between 2 defenders. Packers, they trailed 16-13 at the break. First time they trailed at the half this season. We're going to skip ahead, though, all the way to the 4th quarter, 3rd and goal for GB. And for a 3rd time in the game, it is end zone roam for the touchdown. Dobbs hat trick puts the Packers up 34-30. Final minute of regulation. Prescott to Pickens, who blows right by Carrington Valentine, full head of steam towards the end zone, and he's in for the go-ahead score. Puts the Cowboys up 34-30. Don't celebrate just yet, though, Jerry. Packers able to get in field goal range, 53-yarder for Brandon McManus. It is good. It forces overtime right down the middle. So let's head to OT. 2nd and goal, Cowboys. Prescott forced to scramble because here comes his old pal Micah Parsons for the sack. Dallas then forced to settle for the field goal. Kick is going to be good from Brandon Aubrey. So the Packers needing a TD to win or a field goal to tie this one. Packers, though, some clock management issues on their drive, facing 3rd down, no timeouts, clock running down, Love to end zone. Pass is incomplete, leaving just 1 second left on the clock for Green Bay. So on 4th down with 1 second left, the Packers, they send out Brandon McManus to end this game in a tie. A made field goal, it is good. And this is how the roller coaster game would end. 40-40, the final, a tie. It's the 2nd highest scoring game that ends in a tie in NFL history. Now, we expected this game would be a good one, but if you predicted that the game would end this way and in a tie, go buy yourself a lottery ticket. Great game offensively for the Packers, not so much on defense. Green Bay, though, now 2-1-1 on the season as they head into the bye week. After a stellar season at Florida State, Marco Dingus became eligible for the 2024 MLB Draft.
I was a designated hitter all last year, so I didn't get the catch. So a lot of teams were a little worried that, because you don't want to draft just a DH, about the defense, but the Brewers, I knew would take a shot in the 4th round.
Dingus' inkling proved to be true. Milwaukee selected him in the 4th round with the 123rd overall pick.
Once my agent called me, he knew you're going to sign. And so he gave me the call. We got to watch the name get picked, and it was a dream come true.
But Dingus' dream of playing professional baseball almost didn't come true. In April of 2023, during his sophomore season at Tallahassee Community College, Dingus became sick.
I was trying to play through it, but my body was just shutting down. So we went to the doctors, And they kind of just kept saying it was mono originally in Tallahassee, the hospital. It's mono, but they kept me overnight, so it was obviously a severe mono.
His overnight stay turned into a week. Once doctors realized Dingus was dealing with more than just mono, he was transported to Shands Hospital in Gainesville. He spent 10 days there, but was discharged once his fever began to break.
He was released, and he stayed at a hotel one night until I arrived. And when I got to him, it was the worst. His fever was 104 degrees. He was completely dehydrated, and he was losing his sight. We walked in the emergency room. They took his blood pressure.
Immediately pulled me to like the back of the rooms, and I had like 20 doctors working on me because I guess my blood levels and all that and my heart rate was like, he's about to die.
Mark Dingus couldn't watch his son go through this anymore.
Nothing was getting better, so my dad actually like came in, he said something, and they moved me down to the children's like hospital. They did another bone marrow, and that's when they found out what's called HLH disease.
HLH, or hemophagocytic lymphohistiocytosis, is a rare life-threatening condition where the body's immune system attacks its own cells and tissues. Even while battling this fatal disease, baseball was all Marco could think about.
You know, I'm praying that I have a son still. No, I'm not even thinking about baseball, and Marco still is.
When you look it up, it says you got like a 40% chance to live, and you're just like, oh no. Like, I just went from having the greatest season ever, you know, to you might never play baseball again.
But Dr. Melissa Elder told Mark she was going to save his son.
They put me on Gamifant. For about 2 weeks, I started to feel better, and the numbers were getting better.
After 43 days spent at 2 different hospitals, Marco Dingus was released, this time for good.
Without Gamifant, I would probably not have survived, honestly.
I can't thank the nurses, the doctors, the staff, every morning coming in, checking on him. It's a miracle.
From fighting for his life to now fighting his way up to the majors, Dingus has shown that he can handle any curveball life throws at him.
You know, I already dealt with the most adversity possible, so, you know, a pitcher that's well known on the mound or has really good stuff isn't really as fearful as, you know, what I had to go through. So kind of just knowing that, you know, I've came through so much, like I'm just always going to be confident now because I got nothing to lose. That's how I play.
Reporting on the Timber Rattlers, Ellie French, Fox 11 Sports.